Hi everyone, I just wanted to do a quick video tutorial on how to read a scene breakdown and then how to apply it to the rehearsal calendar. So this is a typical spreadsheet for a scene breakdown for a show. In the top left-hand corner, we'll have the title of the show. So for this tutorial, I'm using scene breakdown from Alice in Wonderland Jr. Obviously, if that's not the show we're doing at this time, it will be whatever that show is. Across the top will be listed the different scenes, so the scene breakdown. So for example, for Alice, we have the prologue, scene 1A, scene 1B, scene 2 and 3, and so forth. And as we scroll through the document, you'll see all of the scenes all the way up to the epilogue. And then within each of these scenes, will contain two different things of information. So first, it will be any songs that are included in that scene. So for example, in the prologue of Alice in Wonderland Jr., we have Dogs in Land Part 1 and 2, as well as the pages in the script that that scene is on. So what this lets you know is that when the prologue is scheduled to be rehearsed on the calendar, your child needs to prepare Dogs in Land Part 1 and 2 because that's the music we will be working on in that rehearsal, and they need to prepare any lines that appear on page 1 through 7 because that's the line work that we're going to be doing. So how do you figure out if your child is called that day or to that rehearsal? So here we have the character breakdown in this gray box, and what that tells us is which character our child has been cast as. And then here where it says actor is where you'll find your child's name. For privacy purposes, I am using numbers since I am posting this on the web. However, on an actual scene breakdown, you would see your child's name. So for example, if your child was cast as Cheshire Cat 1, their name would appear here in this box, and then you would just follow this along to figure out which scenes they were in. So as you can see, the Cheshire Cat is in pretty much every single scene, so they're going to be called to every single rehearsal. However, if we come down to Tall Alice and Small Alice, if your child was cast as either of these roles, their names would appear in this box. And then as we follow this across, we see Tall Alice and Small Alice are not in the prologue. Therefore, on the day that the prologue is scheduled to be rehearsed, they do not need to attend. So you will not bring them to rehearsal. They are welcome to practice at home for future rehearsals, or you could do what you need to do as a family, but do not bring them to rehearsal. So Tall Alice and Small Alice will not come to rehearsal for the prologue, scene 1A, or scene 1B. However, once we look on our calendar and see that scene 2 and 3 are scheduled, Tall Alice and Small Alice will be at that rehearsal, and they know they need to prepare the music for Ocean of Tears and any lines they have on pages 17 through 21. And then going forward, we'll see that when we get to scene 4A on the rehearsal calendar, Small Alice will come to rehearsal, but Tall Alice will not because she is not in that scene. So Small Alice will prepare the caucus race music and any dialogue, any lines she has on pages 21 through 25. And you just go through that for the entire show. Depending on the character, some characters will be called to every rehearsal, and other characters will not. That's just how it works. And this really lets you and your child know exactly what they need to prepare and when. And then obviously closer to the run, when we start doing run-throughs and things, you'll see on the rehearsal calendar, all call. And what that means is we're doing all of the scenes so your child is called, and then they'll have the chance to practice waiting backstage until it's their time to come on. Thanks, guys. I hope that was helpful and clarifies and answers any questions that you have.